Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it have been almost 2 weeks, you guys. I am so sorry. It's been a lot going on, and I'm not even going to lie to you. This channel is to glorify the righteousness of God while being real and transparent before you guys, and I always want to be that no matter what. Before I even go into what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me just say welcome to my latest subscribers. I welcome you to this channel. And thank you so much. I hope that you are encouraged, by every video in which you watch. I see your comments. You're more than welcome to email me if you like. And forgive me, you guys, of those who have sent emails. Again, it's been kind of, yeah. Let me just go into it. So this is my raw vent, you guys. This is a raw vent today. Tomorrow is my birthday, you guys. So that's been another thing. As you guys probably know, I was telling you guys that I was going to go to Memphis for my birthday, to share my birthday with my husband. But I'm not going to do that now. And it's because of me. It's me. So, when you are not, for me, this is for me, right? When I don't fast regularly and reading my word and praying, I get distracted. And remember, I shared with you guys the spirit of distraction that was going on. Well, it was going on big time because I'm so focused on other stuff that, I started zeroing in on things I felt my husband wasn't doing. And let's just say that we would go from talking every single day. I felt like we were going from talking to every single day, while he was at work, on his breaks, to them being scarce. And then, all of a sudden it seemed like he wasn't calling me as much and yada yada. And so I get in my feelings. Of course I get in my feelings. Now, one thing I want to say is that we do deserve consistency, period. And we do need spouses to be responsible for their actions towards us, especially if we are pouring into them and giving them what they need. We want them to give it back. Now, for those who haven't, been able to communicate with your spouse, don't be discouraged, because the time is going to come when you are, and God is preparing you for that, because you don't want to be in a place where you are holding any ill will towards them and it comes out in the conversation. Because it can be frustrating when you really do want things to be a certain way with them, and then you can see through their actions that they're showing something different. So that will make you frustrated, and that will make you, go back to, being in a negative place. Like, you'll be in a negative place, and we just don't want to be in a negative place, when we're legitimately standing. Now, for me, I got into a place of a little bit of pride, because I'm just like, you know what? How he not just going to be calling me like he did, and yada yada, and I'm venting, to sisters and all this different type of stuff. So it's adding on to my wrong emotions, and that's what I talk about. And this is a great lesson for you guys. When you feed into those wrong emotions, it can lead you to stinking thinking and your behavior and all this type of stuff. So I'm just going to say that, I was feeling some type of way, like my husband, the consistency has stopped. And this is going back to feeling like, okay, well, I have been through enough with him already, so I don't want to feel like I have to go through anything else. And that's so wrong, because we don't get to determine what restoration looks like. That's one thing. And my husband would tell me it's not intentional, but I would be like, but you need to be intentionally covering and protecting my heart now, and yada yada, and all this different type of stuff. And I felt like I was justified, with my wrong attitude. So we something happened where we didn't talk to each other. This was like uh last week. We didn't talk to each other. He said he was gonna call me because I'm really big on him getting rest because I know what he do at his job, and he needs it. He needs his nutrition and he needs his rest big time because he takes on a lot. So I didn't hear from him. And so I was like, okay, I'm already feeling some type of way. And let's be clear too. I have been looking at other people's relationships and I have been comparing it to what I have with my husband, and that is really wrong, and you should not be doing that because again, your restoration is not going to look like someone else's, and your relationship is not going to look like someone else's. But we as women, we do require, and it's rightfully so, and some brothers do too, we want the affirmation, we want the attention, we want the intimacy, especially if we don't share the same home. So these are the things in which you feel like your spouse can be giving you through conversation over the phone, FaceTime, texts, whatever. So when I didn't hear from him, but one time during the day, and then I didn't hear from him on that Saturday. I think it was a Friday, and then on that Saturday I didn't hear from him either. So now I'm in my feelings and I am sending him texts. And I'm sending him texts to the point like, I'm not gonna do this. I didn't already been down this road, blah blah blah. All this, y'all. It got to me just like, forget it. If you just wanted to just be this and just be over, just say it, yada yada. I'm just sick of this. All over the place, a hot mess. And I'm gonna tell you, the reason why I was a hot mess, because I don't usually respond like that, is because I wasn't on my post, I wasn't fasting, and I wasn't praying. That's just the bottom line. I wasn't diligently doing both. I was praying, but I haven't been fasting. And so because I haven't, it was easy for me to get carried away again in my wrong emotions. So here it is. I didn't hear from my husband for like 2-3 days now. I'm really upset. Like, okay, this it, buddy. No, I'm not going to get played. I'm not all this different type of stuff, right? Wrong. So my husband reaches out to me that Monday, and he's like, no, I end up getting one text from him, and then that was it on that Saturday, and then I didn't hear any more from him. And I know people probably is like, well, why didn't you just call him? Well, and that's what my husband said, but then I'm feeling like, well, I've been reaching for you. I've been the one standing and praying for you all this time. You should be reaching for me. You should be calling me, blah, blah. So I heard from him, and that one time was truly in my feelings. Then come, I think it was Monday, I hear from him. And he tells me what happens to his phone. Something happened to his phone. And he's just like, I cannot believe. Oh, it fell in some water. And he's able to see all my messages. He was able to see the messages, that's it. So now he's telling me his feelings is truly hurt, because he can't believe that that's the first thing I would jump to. I would jump to him trying to hurt me, him trying to do the same stuff he did before, and all this. So my defense is, I'm hurt too. And I didn't know, and you should have this, and you should have, but then it's like, no, hold up. This is not how you're going to conduct yourself. You didn't came entirely too far, and you be telling people all the time about wrong emotions and how you shouldn't feed into those wrong emotions, and look at you. That's exactly what you're doing. You're feeding into wrong emotions. So I'm like, instead of us, because we were texting each other, we're at work, and we're texting each other, and so as soon as he get off, at first I was like, I'm not going to call him and say anything, but that's the flesh. Like, stop being like that, because this is not just some man. This is your husband. This is the person in whom you've been praying for, you've been crying out to God for, you've been standing on faith about. Like, you cannot conduct yourself to me. This is for me now, in a childish type of way. This is what I'm saying. And then, so then I call, and me and him are talking, and he's just laying it all out on the line. Like, babe, I would never do that. I know what I did to you. I know I hurt you those few times. I'm not trying to do that to you now. I love you. And he basically is like, I'm your husband and you ain't going nowhere. You, my wife, you ain't going nowhere and I ain't going nowhere. And my husband has never been that firm at saying that. He was like, we are going to have to work this out, correctly. And I'm all about healthiness, of communicating healthy and, being in a healthy place. And here it is, y'all. I'm cutting up. Like, no, like I have some entitlement. I have the right to. No, I don't. I don't have the right to act like that. And you don't have the right to act like that, especially if you're trying to work something out, and it may not look the way that you want it to look, but trust and believe, it goes back to what God said to me. And it's so funny. I was reminded of all that after me and my husband had a beautiful conversation. God's like, didn't I tell you that it wasn't going to be like that this time? He was not going to be that way towards you this time. And that's exactly what came to pass. So guys, when the Lord is speaking to you about something and he has told you what it's going to be, trust that. You have to trust it no matter what. Now, I got a little bit carried away and beside myself, and I am most definitely woman enough to admit that I did, and I sincerely apologize to my husband. But my husband's like, I don't want you to apologize for how you felt, because I get why you did. I'm just hurt that, I basically made you feel like that, like I'm going to ghost you again, or it's going to be problematic and drama. And it just made me have a whole different level of respect for him, because for him to even admit that is so big. And I get it, I get where he is, guys, you know what I mean? And I get where I'm at, and what he's saying to me is, babe, I'm trying to get where you are, and I don't want to be the person to hurt that. You know what I mean? Especially you guys from the beginning know how long it's been. Like, I don't want us to get to this place and then all of a sudden I'm starting to trip. Like, that makes no sense at all. But I thank God so much, because even though I was dangling out there, turning around, saying this, saying that, God sitting there like, but I told you he wasn't going to do you like that. And then for my husband to confirm that I'm never going to do you like that again, that just goes to show you how God is so good, and he protects us. Like, he really protected my heart. Even though, my emotions, I got carried away in my emotions, he still protected, he was protecting me, and he's been protecting me this entire time, as he's protecting you too. So I just wanted to give you guys this word today that, God is so good, you guys. And even when you feel like he's not there, he is there. He is doing a great thing. Let him continue to do the great thing in you, because I'm already knowing there's a difference when it comes to me, when I am focusing on me becoming better. When I become better, as I'm becoming better, it gives me a better way of thinking, responding, behaving, and even speaking to my husband. And one thing I don't want to do is get carried away in the wrong emotions and say things that's really going to tear him down. I have not done that this entire time. But one thing I have said to him, I'm going to always express how I feel. That's just who I am. And I miss him. I haven't been in his presence, and this is things that he had to think about. He had to think about too. Like, okay, my wife really, if I can't call her, I do need to text her. I need to let her know, different things like that. Because I feel like when you love someone, it is effortless. That's what, you would do it without thought. And this is what I was saying to him. I know that sometimes we could get so caught up. We think, okay, the spouse is there. The spouse is going to be there when I get done. And rightfully so, we will be. But we still need, that, hey, babe, how you doing? How your day going? I just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you and I love you. So those simple things go a long way. So I'm just glad that me and my husband was able to really talk it out, and whatever it is that the devil was trying to do, it didn't work. And again, God just reconfirmed to me that I told you that he was not going to do that to you, and he didn't. And so I just wanted to give you guys that truth today, because I got it beside myself, you guys. And no, I'm not gonna go to Memphis for my birthday tomorrow. I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home and be with my kids and my grandkids, spend time with them. Me and my husband have planned for something a little bit different later on, because what we are trying to do, we are trying to gear up for us coming back in the same home. And I feel like, to me, this is for me. I don't know about anyone else, and I have said this to my husband. I would want like us to have like a trial, like, we spend like some time together for a period of time to see how we feel, because the openness and the honesty that he said, I'm not gonna go into details of everything that he said, but I feel him so much. And he really want us in the same home, and I want to be in the same home too, but I feel like that we should like take our time and then come together as one. So that's what we're doing. And it probably, again, I'm not going for my birthday tomorrow, but most definitely it probably will be next month for sure, because we need that time. We need that alone time together so that we can really pray in each other's presence, and we can fast, and we could do a lot of different things that me and him were doing before. We need that, and you need that too. If you guys are in the process of restoration, make sure that you guys are doing those things together. If not, if you're still, standing, don't give up. Don't, and let me say this to all my beautiful sisters. I know what the brothers is out there doing. I know what your husband is doing. But let not that be your focus. Because as I told a beautiful sister, your husband is doing the exact same stuff he was doing when he left. You should not be focused anymore on his behavior. You should be praying against that behavior, praying over his heart, praying over his mind. And as you doing that, and I have to be honest with you guys, because what was happening to me, and I said it in previous videos, as I was diligently praying over my husband, my heart started changing, and my mind and attitude and everything else started changing, which made it so easy for me to not focus on the fact that I wasn't talking to him, or if I would hear things about him, it didn't bother me. I would just take everything in prayer and continue to be crying out to the Lord about the situation. And that's what God wants you to do. Let God be your focus, not your spouse. And don't go by what you see, because you don't know what God is doing in the background. Just because God is silent don't mean he's not moving. Just because God is silent don't mean he's not moving. So let God be God, and you continue to do what you need to do, and glorifying him with your life, being obedient before him. And I promise you, you're going to see those breakthroughs. Those breakthroughs is on the horizon. And when hell usually start coming, oh my goodness, that blessing be so big, you guys, right around the corner. So I just wanted to encourage you guys today. And I know I keep messing with this hair. I'm not used to all this hair. This hair, you guys, is like 28 inches long. This is birthday hair only. And then my daughter, she had did my makeup, and I had put it on Instagram and TikTok, of the makeup and different stuff like that. I don't usually wear makeup. You guys know the only thing that I probably will put on is like some lipstick or something like that. But anything else, I don't wear it. I mean, kudos to the ladies who do. I really admire like the ladies who can do that every day. I really honestly do, because it would be so much for a sister like me to put stuff on every single day. But with that being said, I hope you guys are encouraged and you are blessed by this word. Just know, yes, your sister had a moment. Yes, she did, and she got checked. And I'm glad that I did. It was a reminder. And the reminder was, get back on your post, girl, and stay there. Stay in prayer and stay fasting just as much. And that's what I'm doing starting after I'm not gonna lie, y'all, after Thanksgiving. I'm getting back to my fasting just as much as I have been praying, because I know it's a difference in me when I do it. I think more clear, and my responses is more different. Like, I just feel so different. And then I feel so connected to God. I can really hear clearly from him more so than, feeding into my wrong emotions. So I hope you guys are encouraged and blessed by this word. And I hope that you guys have a beautiful, safe holiday. Again, my birthday is tomorrow. And I'm just grateful for 48. I cannot believe it, you guys. I am almost 50 years old. I had a moment of emotions the other day too. Just personally, I really did. But I'm like, girl, you have so much to be grateful for. To get out of those emotions. See? That's for me not fasting. It's going all up in my emotions. We don't have time to be in those emotions. Like, no, it's okay for the moment, but they shouldn't last. And we don't want them to last because God is so faithful even when we're not faithful. And he is going to do what he said he is going to do. So with that, you guys, thank you for watching. I love you guys. Continue to uplift me as I uplift you. Bye.